All right. So great to see all of you tonight. My name is Jeff Belleville, and I'm streaming from Eugene, Oregon. And I'm so excited to be with you today because we are going to show you some of the most powerful plant-based solutions that this industry has ever seen. And it's truly changing lives on a level I've never seen before in my professional career. We're so excited to introduce you to some of those formulas to really harness the power of plants to solve a lot of issues that most people are facing today. Second is we're going to show you how to share that and be rewarded so generously for being a part of that voice of health education that is so close and really near and dear to our heart. And thirdly, you're in for a wild ride. We're going to have some testimonials. We're going to have some things that you've maybe never seen before, and a platform to really go out and change life on a whole new level. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to jump right in, and I'm going to talk about this company behind this health and wealth revolution. It's called Tranont. Tranont means transformational change. And so our powerful edge in the industry is what we're doing is we are actually innovating the health and financial education industries. And what's really amazing about Tranont as a company, kind of the face and the heart and the culture behind it is our mission is to go out and change 1 billion lives with this. You know, when I met the founders 4 years ago, I really captured the vision of what this could mean and how many lives this could really change. And I have been blown away as I've seen that unfold. In fact, we hit the Inc. magazine 3 years in a row. Okay, so this is how crazy this is. Companies usually dream of being in the Inc. 500 magazine. It's kind of a big deal, right? The first time we were featured, we were the 23rd fastest growing company in the nation in products and consumer services. So powerful to be in just once, but then we hit the Inc. 5000 year 2 and year 3 as well. Actually, this is the year we were featured in Inc. 5000, and we continue to grow and grow and grow. And the reason behind that, and the reason why we're launching globally, is because these things, these solutions actually work for what people's needs are. And you may be thinking like, how is this going to relate to me, right? Well, most people this time of year are looking for change in their life, right? They're looking for number one, resolutions are always health related. The second are always financial related. And so to have a health and wealth company, it's absolutely amazing. But you might be looking for some fitness goals, right? You may be looking for some support in that energy and vitality. I know I was. Weight management. After I got married, I put on the post-marital 40 pounds, so I was looking for that as well. I had the little help sign on my scale too. And then the total wellness category for me really spoke my language because I had dealt with digestive issues my entire life. And of course, finally, we have the beauty category. A lot of people have a priority to just focus on anti-aging. And we're going to show you how these products are meeting the needs and wants that everyone has. Okay. So one of the coolest concepts that I really understand about this and our positioning in this industry right now is people are already looking for what we have. And we're different. So here's what's so powerful. Okay, so I have 11 years under my belt in terms of being a health practitioner. My mom is a naturopathic physician. I think she's joining us tonight. And we also have just over 100 years of medical experience in our family. So important thing to me, this is the kid who grew up with organic carrot sticks. I remember going to school trying to trade those carrot sticks for Oreos and nobody would take me up on the offer, So I learned more and more to the point where I almost didn't want to know as much as I knew about supplements, right? It's a massive industry right now. And the reason it is because our food has changed over 70 years. Now we have commercial agriculture, we have demineralization, we have all these issues facing our food, genetic modification, I could go on and on. But the point is, we're not able to get the nutrients we need from the foods we eat anymore. And according to the AMA, they're saying every American needs to supplement. And here I am going, okay, well, where do you even start when there's so many options out there? Well, one main factor here and what sets us apart is that what we're doing is we're providing whole food and raw solutions. Okay, so think of it this way. 95% of the supplements you can get in the stores or online, or maybe even are on your shelves right now, are going to be made in the lab synthetically. They're going to be made to mimic nature. And that's the problem, is we got to get back to nature, because truthfully, a lot of what Western medicine is doing, and I'm not trying to diss on Western medicine, but it's putting a bandage on a symptom. Have you ever felt that way? Especially watching some of these commercials they come out with. It's like, the happy person riding on the bike, but then it's like side effects may include your arm falling off, It's just like, what are we doing to get to the cause? What are we doing to enact real balance and change in the body? And I believe the best way to do that is through plants. And so whole food and raw is not just a catchphrase. It's the heart and the passion we have to bring the most quality, powerful, impactful formulas out there. And so we've combined some wellness packs for you to meet different needs you might have. We also have a lot of patents behind these products, and all of them are proprietary to us. And so what's really neat is we go through so many quality checks with these products, and the result is they work. Okay, we have tens of thousands of stories, and you're just going to hear from a few tonight. But I really take the time just real quick to present really where we're at as a nation. Okay, as a people, we are the sickest we've ever been before. Disease is at an all-time high. We're living longer, but we're living sicker, right? So you think about these statistics, right? I'm just going to pop them off, right? We got type 2 diabetes has tripled in the last 20 years. Okay, we've got heart disease, asthma, and cancer is almost doubled in the last 2 decades. And then you have things like autism's up 600%, depression, 28% of America deals with daily depression, 43% anxiety, and you have 50 million Americans walking around with chronic pain every single day. So Ray, if you could do me a favor, if you know anyone in your family or just anyone around you who deals with any of those issues, just give me a wave. Right? Just give me a wave. You've got your video on. It is infiltrating our communities to the point where we've got to do something about it, right? And I believe education is the best place to go. So the first place we're going to start today is in digestion, because digestion is so key. 74% of Americans deal with digestive issues every single day. And so the gut is the second brain. It's where most of our immune system is built. 80 to 85%. And then you have the neurotransmitters and even like hormones are built in the gut. So it's almost like if the gut's offline, it's a domino effect. This is why this is our best selling high impact product. I'm going to highlight 3 tonight. So the first one is called Life, and it couldn't be more perfectly named. Life is, it gave me my life back. And you're going to hear a story here in just a minute. It's really powerful. But what is Life? Life is an enzyme probiotic blend that breaks your foods down to a molecular level. The importance behind that is every time we eat something, we have to digest it, okay, and break it down into a version our body can absorb. The majority of the time, we're eating cooked or processed food. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you agree? Like, especially the last few decades, we've eaten more cooked and processed food. Well, the problem is enzymes only exist in raw fruits and vegetables. So when you cook the food past 114 degrees, you've destroyed all of that food's potential to digest itself and absorb all those nutrients. So that's why the average American walks around with 5 pounds of undigested food in their gut. Somebody drop in the chat box, gross. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So here's the thing. I want to just share with you this really fun visual because it will help you understand how absolutely powerful this product is and why it's so important that every time we eat a meal, we need to be breaking our foods down. You know, one study showed that people who take digestive enzymes can live up to 30 years longer than someone who doesn't. That's a 3 and an O, 30. And I just was blown away by that because I'm 30 years old and I'm thinking, wow, that's kind of a massive deal, right? I want to take stress off the pancreas to break down my carbs, fats, sugars, and proteins. Kind of like this demo. So check this out. Okay. Pudding is a really cooked and processed food. Okay. So we're going to crack open this snack pack. Okay. We've all licked the lid at some point in our lives. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a living enzyme. Okay. This is full of living enzymes, prebiotics, probiotics, all in one. And we're just going to stir it around. And I sped this up because time's sake, but you can try this at home. It's really, really kind of a fun experiment, especially if you have kids. But if you look closely, look what starts happening. It starts breaking down. It starts literally transforming. It's totally crazy to think that this pudding is going through a total process that is making it pre-digested so your body can actually absorb it. And it turned it into a liquid, guys. Like, did you see that? Like, I can't even, the first time I saw this, no joke, I was like blown away. I went home, I got a 6-pack of pudding, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try all my other enzyme products that my mom has had me on for all of my life, you know, and none of them broke the pudding down. And they were like 2-3 times as expensive. And I was just blown away because I am the skeptic. I'm the guy who's like, all right, I have access to an entire naturopathic pharmacy. And how could this be, you know, anything, right? And I dealt with digestive issues since before I can remember. And when I took my first capsule and the pain stopped in my gut, I was like, this has got to be a placebo effect, right? 3 years later, I'm still like, I cannot believe how amazing these things are because I can now eat gluten and dairy. I figured that out month one, by the way. And so I was eating I'm like, give me a waffle, give me a crepe, And then I'm just telling you my testimonial really quick because I lost 40 pounds in 2 months eating all the things you're not supposed to eat, like gluten and dairy. I will never go a day without these babies. I'm like, this is amazing. My wife's down almost 100 pounds. And I've got another really fun testimonial to share with you. Her name is Veronica. She had a pretty amazing experience with Life and a couple of the other products that we're about to go into. And so, Veronica, if you would unmute yourself, I'm really excited to have you share just a little bit about how this has changed your life. And I got to find your video now.
Here I am. Can you hear me?
All
right. Keep talking. Can you hear me now?
I'm going to spotlight you. Boom.
All right. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Mr. Belleville, for having me on. You guys, I get excited to talk about these products as well, because it literally, I could tell you something about every single one of them, but I'm going to talk about the Life enzymes. So I've been a hairdresser for over 20 years. And I had never gotten sick growing up. I just was pretty healthy. Well, I got all these fun allergies when I started doing hair, because being around the chemicals and the hairspray. And so, as you know, there's things in our environment that don't help us, breathe always the best. Well, my nose would drip like a faucet. I would be shampooing somebody and then all of a sudden it would just run, no warning. That was real fun, right? Well, so I just was like, this is just a part of, life, my body just changing, and started on these products and started taking the Life enzyme. And because of it is resetting so many things. Your gut, I like to say, they say if mama's not happy, nobody's happy. Well, if your gut isn't happy, nothing is happy. And so when you get your gut in check, there's a lot of things that go back in order. And so my nose doesn't run and drip. My friend Angela can tell you, I had Kleenex I always carried with me. I don't have to do that anymore. So that's just one. Also, the Restore, he'll talk about, my arms don't hurt anymore. They hurt for over 10 years because of doing hair. And so, yeah, I'm singing, to the choir about Life enzymes.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's so good. That's amazing. And, when you think about the gut brain connection, there's so much there. There's a lot of studies that indicate our gut is really connected to different hyperreactants, or what some would call allergies. And so it's really amazing to be able to support the body, right? Again, we're not talking about treating, curing, or preventing any diseases. We're talking about bringing the body into balance. And when that happens, things like this obscure symptom that you've dealt with for so long, which is that would be so annoying, those things start to get taken care of. And so it's really amazing to have these solutions. I could tell you so many stories, and we will continue to tell you stories, but I love the Life. It's our bestseller. It's game changing what it can do for so many different issues. And so definitely, if you're not taking any Live enzymes, consider Life, because it will make a huge impact. And I believe that you will feel the difference. Sometimes it's like the first capsule, like me. Sometimes you have to be on it, right, for a little bit. But the gut is such a powerful thing to support, especially in these times where we need to be thinking about things like that. So the second high impact product I'm going to mention is called Mojo. And I love the name, because it's time to get our mojo back. It's 2021, just drink a cup of Mojo. You're going to be feeling it. And I love this because it's not just coffee, right? 150 million Americans woke up this morning, drank a cup of Joe, right? Thing I love about this is the question now is, what is your coffee doing for you? This has plant ingredients in it to help support and elevate your mood, which how many of us know, the whole world needs a little bit of a mood lift, And then this third thing is it helps with thermogenics, helping with battling, burning fat. Okay. And so sustained energy throughout the day, focus, mood elevation. And I just love Mojo. I can't go back. The taste is so good. I'm ruined for other coffee now. And it also comes in chocolate if you don't like the flavor of coffee. And we have a keto creamer along with it as well. So between Life and Mojo, that's the dynamic duo if you're looking for weight management. I mean, it is crazy, the results. You'll see some of those before and afters here in a minute. So good. Now, the third product I'm going to highlight is Soothe. Now, I love Soothe so much. And I kind of have to preface this a little bit, because this is the fastest growing industry in the health space. It's CBD, okay? And I had a lot of mixed feelings about this plant when I grew up in a traditional household. So it was kind of like, oh, but I learned that the hemp plant has been used medicinally for 8,000 years. And the beautiful thing is, as they researched in Israel, they found that our body actually has a network of receptors called the endocannabinoid system. When you take CBD, it activates those receptors, kind of like CBD is a key and your body has the receptors, which is a lock. And as you unlock those receptors, it puts your body into a place of balance. And as Dr. Blair talks about up in Portland, he says that this is our master regulator of our health. And so people ask me all the time, like, you can almost Google CBD and this symptom, or CBD and this condition, and you're going to find something. And the reason is because your receptors, right? They're all overriding your nervous system, your immune system, your endocrine function, your digestion, musculoskeletal. So when that becomes into balance, it's again another domino effect to our health. And so it's so powerful to be able to harness this plant, but the industry's been doing it wrong since the get-go. And so they don't want you to know these two like secrets of CBD. And I'm gonna let you in on this secret. First is they don't want to talk about absorption. CBD oil is notoriously terrible for absorption. Why? Because it's an oil, it's a fat. So we have to digest it. Once we digest it, studies show it only absorbs at 6% in the body. And I was upset. I'm like, man, I'm throwing 94% of my money away on CBD oils. And then they don't want to talk about the second secret, which is there's more medicinal value to the raw plant than there is when you heat it. And to create an oil, you have to heat it. So here you are getting 6% absorption of 1 out of 115 cannabinoids. That's messed up. But people still get results with CBD oils, because that's how tapped out our endocannabinoid system is. We're needing it, right? And the thing that's so crazy about this is we have patented an extraction process that has allowed us to create the world's first raw CBD fluid. So here's what that looks like. It's called Soothe. Dun, dun, dun. All right, now here's what's cool about this. 70 to 90% absorption, all of those raw cannabinoids, one of a kind, disruptive, and check it out. This little demo says it all. Okay, so like first grade science, oil and water don't mix, right? I can stir this up as much as I want to, and it's never gonna mix, right? And I love this visual because when you talk about Soothe, you talk about an essential fluid. It's a totally new industry. And these 2 drops is a full dose, absorbs almost immediately into the water. It's unheard of. It tastes like there's nothing that we've messed with. There's no additives. We haven't heated it. It's the purest form of the plant. And it's absolutely off the charts amazing. Won't trigger a drug test, that kind of thing. It's really amazing. And so I can't even tell you, there's so many testimonials. I actually just want to highlight one of my favorite people. Her name is Vicky, and she's going to share how this has changed her family's life, because she's got like a series of short testimonials to share with you. Vicky, I'm so excited to bring you on. I can't find you in my videos.
Hello, I'm
here.
here.
There you are. Okay.
Marco.
Thank you for sharing.
Well, thank you, Mr. Belleville, for having me. And I'm just so excited to share with you guys. And I'm going to try and keep it short, but it's hard because we do have many testimonials in our family from this product. I'm just going to start with myself. I tell you, you guys, it helps you sleep when you need to sleep. It helps you be awake when you need to be awake. I take my 2 drops at night before bed, my 2 drops at night in the morning before I go out the door. And I work with preschoolers. So anxiety level, yeah, maybe so, but not with Soothe. That's just, not a deal anymore. And my husband didn't even realize that he had anxiety until he started taking this, because we tried it and we're like, yeah, whatever, and he's like, oh my gosh, all these years I've been living with this. I thought I was just antisocial. And 2 of the 3 of our daughters have neck pain, or don't anymore, but I'll focus on one of them just for now, because she's the oldest, and she used to, 2 of them used to be cheerleaders, and they used to be the base, the ones that gets all the brunt of all the weight and everything. And so their necks are very, very tender from that. And that if you have neck pain, you get headache pain. And so what a blessing. My oldest daughter told her husband, we've got to put this on auto ship. We can't do this anymore. We can't run out every month because I can't do it. So that, and then we have a very amazing testimony of my mother-in-law. I'll try to make this really short. She used to use CBD oil, okay? And my husband gave her some of the Soothe as, because my mother-in-law will tell you, she will tell you the truth. My husband was a little nervous, and my husband dropped it off for her at the retirement home. And she called the very next day and she was like, you will not believe this. I have not slept for more than 3 hours a night in over 3 years. And she goes, I slept for 8 hours, got up to 2 drops, slept for 5 more hours. And then real quick, a few months later, she wanted to make sure it was real. She had trigger finger. I don't know if you guys know what that is. She used to have to pull her finger out and it was painful. And then she'd use it and then, you know, it'd go back. She woke up one morning after using Soothe for a month. And she woke up and she was like, oh my gosh. And it's still to this day, that was over 1.5 years, 2 years ago, still fine.
Wow.
Love you guys, sorry.
That's amazing. No, it's so good. And I love how you just have like, and this family member and that family member.
Yeah.
It's true. Like so many people are dealing with these little things and they're not so little because they can end up becoming worse and worse, right? And so it's so, Vicky, thank you so much for joining us and sharing that quick story. I haven't heard some of those actually. It was really cool to hear you share. So I just love this whole realm of CBD. It's really our second bestseller. It's one of the most powerful forces, I believe, in our health education is to just help get the body into balance with that endocannabinoid system. So we do a lot of educating there. I'm going to jump into just a few more of the formulations, one final testimonial, and then we'll get to the good part. So I want you to understand we have 3 categories. Supplements. These are all whole food and raw and have enzyme delivery systems built in so you absorb everything in every capsule. I love it. Restore would be for inflammatory stress. We're going to have a really powerful story here in just a second. Vibe would be for mental clarity and just natural energy production with those good whole food vitamin Bs. A lot of Major League Baseball pitchers will use this to get into the zone. Balance is going to support all of your body with the chelated minerals and the whole food vitamins that our food no longer has. So when you talk to most health practitioners, they're like, balance is incredible, you know, and most of the time when you first see this, you're like, oh, that must be a multi, you know, and it's like, no, it's so much more. Like I could go into an hour talk on each of these, but just to give you a bird's eye view, we've got a few other CBD options. The Soothe is just the pure plant. Okay. So it's going to taste like the pure plant. And some people absolutely love that. I mean, I am from Eugene, Oregon. So, okay. But I will say the Serene, that was one of my jokes for the night, just in case you missed it. All right. The Serene has organic cinnamon and mint. So that's going to really be a little bit more like Banaka, right? And I actually, where is it? Oh my gosh, it's right here. I don't go anywhere without this thing. This is, for me, this cut my anxiety like out. My wife won't let me go anywhere without this. It's great. The Relief is a topical. You want to just put that wherever you need extra support, minus your eyes, because it does have menthol in it, okay? And then the third category is our anti-aging lineup. And this is such a powerful set. I mean, whew. Okay, this was developed by a doctor called, and it's called Glow. It's an advanced liquid medical grade collagen. It's even hydrogen or hydrolyzed peptide, which means it just absorbs like crazy. So people experience results very quickly with this Glow, and it's so popular. It's been out of stock for a minute. It's coming back this week, which is exciting. Radiant, 50 times more effective at protecting you on a cellular level. Developed by Dr. Barry Tan. This is a unique version of vitamin E that just supports, estrogen, progesterone, any kind of neurodegenerative types of stress in the body. It's a phenomenal way to really turn back the clock internally, okay? Techno Boost would be a nitric oxide product designed from red spinach. Absolutely crazy amazing. It is designed to relax the cardiovascular system. And for a limited time, we have our immunity pack, which is off the charts, okay? Most vitamin C you get in the stores or in packets are gonna be what's called ascorbic acid. Have you ever heard of that before? That's derived from corn syrup. that's usually genetically modified, right? We get ours from acerola cherries, but what's cool about this vitamin C blend is it has like elderberry, it's got goji, it's got some amazing enzyme delivery systems built into it, as well as our D and K2 blend from mushrooms and algae. Okay, so to just share one final testimonial, I have my dear friend, Janelle. Our families have known each other for like, gosh, 20 years or something. And she was sharing her story with me fresh again the other day, and it brought me to tears because I know she's been through quite a journey. I want her to just share real quick about how this has changed her life. Janelle, I am going to have you unmute and turn your video on, and I'm going to just highlight you here for just a minute and let you share.
My gosh. Can you hear me?
I can. Thank you.
Okay. Well, as you can see, I'm on the couch and I wasn't really planning for this. But when Jeff asks, I always will say yes. Just real quick, because I could go on and on for days. When I met with Jeff and his wife, Catherine, gosh, a little over 2 years ago, I had been out of the hospital for the 9th time with 9 surgeries in less than 3 years, 3 months. I was still using a wheelchair. I had nursing care come into my home 3 times a week. I just numerous things. I had a huge scar on my stomach because it was all intestinal. And I had my kidneys that failed. And I have to tell you, I was very reluctant with the products, but I can tell you just after taking the 4 main products, Life, Balance, Vibe, and Restore, my life changed in just 2 months. I had given, and before I touched any of the products, I gave a copy to my surgeon, who is actually very well renowned, has written several papers and is in San Francisco at UCSF. And that man, I should have died several times. And 3 or 4 times, again, I don't remember. My husband could probably tell you. But I can tell you my life changed. No longer in a wheelchair. I feel better today than I have in over 25 years. I can do almost anything. I could get on the floor with my grandchildren. I mean, name it. And it's absolutely changed my life. I take every single product that we have. I could give you stories on every single one. I will tell you that with Restore, I will not miss it. The inflammation in your body, it's just a godsend to me. And I don't know what else to say. I mean, again, I could go on and on and on, but we only have a short amount of time. I can just tell you, and that's not going into what it's helped my husband with his diabetes, what it's helped one of my daughters with her IBS and so forth. I mean, I could go on and on and on. I don't know what to say. I just won't be without it ever, ever, ever.
I love it. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. That's so wild. I remember that day at the electric station when I was like, no, you got to just give this a shot. Trust me, you know. And
I barely got in there. My husband, I mean, I had to hold on to him to get in there. It was just amazing.
That's so cool. Thank you for sharing, Janelle. That was amazing. I love it. I love it. And she brought up this really cool point: Life, Balance, Vibe, and Restore. This month, like they just announced this yesterday, is a called the Health Pack Plus. And if you order that, you also get this immunity pack for free. What? Okay, I just had to throw that in there. Sorry, I get excited. All right. So look at some of these before and afters, right? Like it's pretty amazing when the body's in balance, what it's capable of doing in terms of that inner healing, right? And so it's pretty cool to see. I know each of these people individually, and it's fun to watch the transformations happen when people do commit to being on these products, right? And we also have a Facebook group called Health Wealth Community. The person who invited you to this webinar can add you to that group, and you can actually type in the search bar any condition, symptom, or product, and wow, it's going to populate an entire list it's just amazing. So I love that we have this tool. Think about this from a business perspective. You don't have to be the expert, right? You can add people to this group, tag them in a post, and then they can get the education and information needed to place an order. We're not going around selling or convincing. The testimonials and the research does the hard work. And I love that about this. Now, let's talk about how this all works. Okay. We're going to teach you exactly how to monetize your phone and social media. In this digital world, especially after the last year, as everything's been going online, don't you think there are people out there who are maybe suffering with some of the things you've heard about, who would want to hear this information, right? So what we do is, just like Uber doesn't own a car, but they help you monetize the car, right? Airbnb doesn't own a property, but they're going to help you monetize that property. We're going to do the same with your phone and social media. And we're going to show you the simple 3-step system, teaching you exactly what to post and say on social media if you choose that route, or how to, invite someone to take a look at this, right? Second step is how to share from our app and use the technology that we've built, really taking a lot of the guesswork out of the process. And step 3, you get rewarded so generously for doing this. Let me give you a few examples of people who used our proven system to make this into a stream of income. Okay, so my friend Oksana, she had a great result with the Mojo and several other products, but she made this post, and from that one post, she earned 50% commissions on 432 customer points. That's amazing. That is incredible. My friend Heather, now I don't really understand this one because I'm a guy, but some women apparently like long eyelashes. All right. So she used our Glow Collagen, made this post, boom, 50% commissions on 960 customer points, and so on and so forth. Okay. This one was from the stress of a football game, the CBD post, right? You can have fun with it, but we're going to show you exactly what to do and how to create some pretty amazing things. So in terms of how you earn the money, right? There's several different ways to do this. First way is we're going to pay out 50% commissions. You heard that right. 50% commissions on any customers you refer. Okay. So it's as simple as adding someone to that Health Wealth community group, tagging them in a post, and then sending them your link. Okay. When you acquire, like, let's say 4 customers who buy Life, Soothe, and Mojo, that's going to be a $340 commission paid out next week. And then every time that customer or those customers place an order every 30 days, you're going to earn a 50% commission as well. This is unheard of in the industry, and it's just making me crazy. The amount of commissions that are flowing out right now are just absolutely amazing. And it's because we chose a non-traditional method, right? Instead of pouring that money into advertising and marketing, we're paying people to be, right, the voice of that health education. Now, beyond this, what's so exciting is we're going to teach you in your first 30 days how to go out and get your 10 customers and 3 associates. And it's very simple to do. Some people do this really quickly. Some people, and then once you've earned your first 10 and 3 bonus, you can do it again the next month. So this is a $1,000 bonus. And like my friend Angela, she's amazing, from Texas. She's actually on the line with us tonight. This is an example of what that breakdown looks for working hard and going out and making this happen. She hit this 10 months in a row, you guys. Super powerful to be able to earn those commissions on those customer points, on the pack bonuses, on the 10 and 3. It's so cool. Okay. So share, with your link, and, go grab some customers. It's really, really simple to do. And then basically what we're going to do is show you how to get those 10 and 3, and you're off to the races. Now, what's really exciting, you guys, is the very first rank that we have is a car bonus. Okay, this is crazy. And Vicky, the one who just shared with you, she hit that jade position, right? And just it's been so exciting. Are you loving your new Jeep, Vicky? I gotta say, it's pretty exciting. So if you've ever seen a Jeep with a Tranont logo, that's what that is. We have almost 1,000 of these driving around in our team, and it's so exciting to be able to remove the second biggest expense in someone's life. So I want to walk you through our success roadmap into the other ranks you can earn. And here's what's really exciting. That jade position, or the Jeep position, is that first rank you can hit. That's a total of $600 a month, including your Jeep stipend, that you're going to earn every single month. Beyond that, when you help just a couple people, go out and reach that jade position, okay, you're going to hit that opal position, which ups your residual check to $750. This is massive, right? Because it's pretty simple to step by step get to these ranks. Pearl's $1,000 a month. Janelle, who you just heard from, is a ruby. in our team. It's so exciting, and so on and so forth. It can get a little crazy, but I want you to know what they just put on the table. You guys, this is so insane. I'm kidding. I've been losing sleep about this. Okay, they just introduced what's called the Trailblazer bonuses. Boom. So for getting to Opal, right, in your first 2 full months, they're going to add an extra $750, which is paid out over 3 months, but it's so powerful to have this extra bonus money. This is a total of $3,550 on the table to go out and get in your first 6 months of being with Tranont. It's so powerful to have these Trailblazer bonuses. And then beyond that, we're going to also show you how to earn the Wealth Maximizer bonuses once you reach the Sapphire position or the Emerald position, for a total of about $40,000 on the table in extra bonus money. Now, I just think this is wild. On top of that, you know, you've got your Jeep stipend along the way, which is super fun. And then there's more. They're going to send you, like, here's what's crazy. You can earn these all expense paid trips. So like the diamond trip, right, this year is going to be to Greece, right? We're going to Puerto Vallarta, which was available for anyone to earn. So you can go out and work hard, and you don't even have to be a Jade to hit these incentive trips. Like my friend Angela, she hit the Dominican Republic trip just by getting her 10 and 3. And it's so exciting to be able to have something like this in place, especially when we're all like ready to get out of our homes, you know what I mean? So the sky is the limit. There's actually 2 positions above Blue Diamonds. And so you can just imagine what that could look like if you put your work ethic into this. Each of these positions are calculated based on the amount of customers and associates who are placing an order in your organization. And it's so simple. Help a few people get 10 and 3, you're Jade. Help a few people get to Jade, you're Opal and Pearl, right? Help a few people more get to Jade, you're Ruby, right? It's just copy, paste, duplicate. So it's a really fun, interactive system. And what's really cool about this, you guys, is we're not just talking about getting rich, okay? It's about building true wealth. And we don't just say that, we have a whole platform built into this for wealth education, where we're gonna provide a tax team, legal team, identity protection, credit team, even a wealth specialist to sit down with you and introduce financial products and services that can move you into a greater wealth. And we're talking legacy wealth. And I love that. That's like a heartbeat of our company, is to make every household better, right? So finally, and probably the most important piece, is we have an easy to share system. This is so cool. It's all been built for you. You just have to plug in. It's so exciting. Okay, so there is a way to send out product samples, social media post ideas that we're going to provide to you, videos and demos, and everything's at your fingertips, you guys. This is so powerful. Then we're going to add you to our training group called Team Summit. Click on the unit section, and there's 3 videos in there, right? These 2 are how to get your 10, how to get your 3. How to get to that first set of bonuses, right, in your first 30 days. Okay, a lot of people right now are looking for options. They're looking for an extra stream of income. We have a way to do that by just making the world a better place and helping people feel better in their bodies. Okay, really, really powerful system. And finally, it's $99 to get started as an associate. So it's like an Uber Eats order for a family, you know? And I look at this and I'm like, okay, here's the benefit, because you can become a customer for free. We're not attached to what you do. But here's the thing, like, you're going to pay retail price as a customer. So I always am like, hey, if you're looking at maybe potentially sharing this with anyone, or you love what you see, just jump on board as an associate, because that's 1, going to give you wholesale pricing. 2, you're going to get a really great tax deduction and have multiple tax deductions you may not have had because this is a small business. 3rd, you're going to be able to earn commissions. And so there's a few product packs, like I just mentioned, the Health Pack Plus, right? But my favorite way to get someone started is to go with the All-In Pack, okay? Because the All-In Pack's gonna waive the $99 fee. It's gonna give you almost everything we have. So think about this from a business perspective. You're gonna have multiple testimonials in your household, a little bit to share with people. This is a really smart way to get started if you're wanting to go out and create those bonuses quickly, because it familiarizes yourself with what we have. And you get to speak from a place of personal experience, which I just think is smart, right? So I would go with the All-In Pack if it were me signing up all over again. But I just want you guys to know what we are creating right now. What you just saw was the most aggressive, powerful pay model in the industry that has ever been. Like, I know that that's a big statement, but I've been in the space for 14 years, and being able to work on and help build this, it's just been such a joy, because I'm seeing families change their stars. So many people have stopped dreaming. So many people have stopped thinking about, what if I could create more? What if I had more time in my life? What if I didn't have to go, give my time and resources and energy to build someone else's dream, right? There's so much that's about to happen over the course of the next 5 years that I believe we're going to see the biggest wave of people moving into home business, because now we're all familiar with working from home. Now we all understand, right, that it's possible. And two, if you have the right vehicle and you can create that passive income and do the work once and get paid over and over and over again, isn't that a great move to make? And so we're seeing people win on a scale I've never seen before in 14 years doing this home business. And so I'm really stoked for you to see this, but it's one thing to see this and to digest this information and know, hey, some of these products could really help me. It's another thing to take action on it and to change your life. And that's our mission, is to go out and change lives. And so we want to invite you to hop on board, because it's literally we're just getting started. Like, we're the fastest growing company you've never heard about, right? And so hopping on now, and that timing and momentum is super important. And of course, I know some of you came on just to hear about the products and the health experiences. And so we invite you to become a customer if you like what you see, and an associate if you love what you see. It's as simple as that decision. How do you want to change your life, right? Health and wealth, or health, And so really excited that you got to be with us tonight. Get with the person who invited you to this webinar. They have a link, right? A little ID number that they'll give you. It takes 5 minutes to get your enrollment set up online. But that 5-minute decision, or that 5-minute process, can change the course of an entire life. 4 years ago, we were the only ones in the Northwest doing Tranont. Like, we didn't have any guarantee of anything, right? We didn't have a system. We didn't have any of these things in place. But we took a leap of faith because we saw the vision. We saw the ability to go out and change lives, and we trusted the person who invited us to look at this. And it was the best decision I ever made in my life. And so I can't stress it enough. Like, if you are looking for something new, you've got to do something different to get a different result. This is it. The time is now. I'm so stoked you've seen this. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to stop the recording, and